Hey there, comic book fans. I am back from the comic shop this week, and I got 10 new comics. That was a big week for me. The last couple weeks I've only gotten 2, 3, 4 in the last month. This week was 10. Wow. And this one was free. This is the 10th one. I only had 9 on my pull list. Wonder Woman 77 meets the Bionic Woman. Dynamite DC. I have no real interest in it except the comic shop owner was like, here, have a free comic, because he ordered like a 1 in 25 variant for someone, which meant he had a whole bunch of extra issues that he couldn't sell, so he just gave one to me. But I'll give it a read. We'll see if it's any good. I picked the cover. There was another one that was like a photo cover, which I didn't think was particularly good. This one I thought was a little bit better, but there, random free. And next we have The Beauty, number 16. Juan, Hurley, Nachlik, and Rauch. This is back to its, we get a police procedural going on, as these people who have the beauty disease, which makes them, an STD, which makes them beautiful, have been being murdered. And now we have our serial killer who's killing them as some sort of weird masked thing, kills them in this ritual way. Like, this series is bounced all over from police procedural to criminal procedural to day in the slice of life. I've enjoyed them all. They've always got these nice, scary anti-beauty covers. Fun book. It continues along. Good stuff. And here we've got the new issue of The Walking Dead, 169, Lines We Cross. Kirkman Adler, Guadino Rathburn. Last issue was like the all Negan issue, where he was just talking and trying to diffuse a situation and talking some more and talking. And Negan has actually turned into a more interesting character than he was a bad guy. But still, there was a lot of Negan talking last issue, and I'm looking forward to an issue without Negan talking so much. And anyway, Walking Dead, you know what you're going to get. I enjoy it every month. And next we have Uber Invasion, issue number 7, the best comic you're not reading. This is, I guess we're going Japanese with this one. One of the Japanese superpowered people hit San Diego, I think it was, and was blown up San Diego. And the U.S. people and some of their British allies are trying to figure out how to stop these German and Japanese super beings. They're trying to make some of that's the super explosions they make, and they can blow things up. So we're going to, and like I said, the strongest ones are called battleships, and this is a Japanese battleship guy. They're also super tall, too. They're like 8 feet tall. But really good superhero World War II politics book. Like I said, it's go hunt it down. I still want to hunt down the first series, which is just called Uber. This is the second series, volume 2, where they invade the United States, and it's just really, really good stuff. Give it a look. Stray Bullets, issue number 25. What's going to happen in this crazy issue? You never know. It's like someone's tied up and has their fingernails all broken off. I don't know if that's because they're nuts or they're being tortured. But, what was last issue was especially crazy. What's the guy's name? I forget Orton. Like we're switching over to different guys again. There's the guy who's after him, I think. The last issue they took a stop in New Orleans when they were on the run and just partied. And the one guy, Orson, that's his name, the male lead, who's kind of not a criminal but is caught up with the criminals and loves Beth, his criminal girlfriend, just ended up throwing a guy off the balcony, and I think he died. We don't really know, and it was just nuts. He just drunkenly was talking to a dancer who was serving him beer, and he was drinking too much. And it was just, all these issues of Stray Bullets are nuts. But can't wait to see what nutty things he has for us with this one. And here we go with Snot Girl number 6. Leslie Hung and Brian Lee O'Malley. The comic I never thought I would like, but I'm enjoying it thoroughly. The comic about a young fashion blogger who's a little nuts. All her friends are superficial. She's got a running sort of dialogue in her head where she's insecure with life and doesn't know what the quite's going on, but in an entertaining way. You're like, holy cow, this girl is nuts, but entertaining us. So it's good, and all her friends have strange little nicknames. Like I said, this really isn't my style book, really isn't my style artwork, but I like it a lot because it's so well done. And like I said, it's tough to describe. It's how do you describe a story that's about a fashion blogger? I don't know, a fashion blogger who lives an unconventional life and is constantly questioning her unconventional life too, because it's just weird. So check out Snot Girl sometime. Man, I got a lot of comics this week. I need to take a breath. Here's The Wicked and the Divine, issue number 29. It's amazing to me how many Image comics I have right now that are right up around the issue number 30. I'm going to have to see a list. We've been having part of the God crew here, trying to fight the Great Darkness. A bunch of them just partying, and a bunch of them trying to research how to fight the Great Darkness. And like I said, this one is, you pretty much know what you're getting now with The Wicked and the Divine. Story of gods who come around once every 200 years and then die after 2 years, and they have no idea why. No one has any idea why. They're trying to figure it out. People are coming to kill them, or not people, the Great Darkness, they call it, is coming to kill them. They don't even know what the Great Darkness is. So, like I said, stories clicking along after 29 issues and lots of story arcs and lots of quiet, slow character development, and recently lots of big fights and superpowers, so check it out. And Skyborn, issue 4 of 5 is finally out. I think there hasn't been an issue of this in a few months. Frank Cho with Marcio Menyes. Okay. James Bond. Fighting Dragons story. Our James Bond fighting Merlin, superpowered James Bond. Fighting Merlin with, there's our lead character. He's an immortal, but his sister just died because she got killed with Excalibur, so I guess they found, and the guy who killed him might be Merlin the Wizard, and he's, at the end of last issue, we saw Merlin had just gathered together a bunch of dragons, I guess harpies too, to fight the headquarters of Skyborn here, or the people he works for is. So we'll see what happens this issue. Probably a big fight scene. I don't want to flip through too much of it and spoil it. Just a design on the back with, I think was that his sister who died? Might have been. But anyway, I'm enjoying this because I as much as I like Frank Cho's stuff, I don't. Most of the stuff I've seen of his is for Marvel and DC, and I don't read much of that, so I haven't read much Frank Cho in a while, but someone just told me he does issues of Jungle Girl, so I'll have to check that out. But he sure can draw pretty. And here we go now with Terry Moore, Motor Girl, issue number 7. Wow, last issue was kind of a really good, hard-hitting one in that we got a flashback to her time in Iraq. And if you're going through hell, keep going. Winston Churchill. Fine bit of advice. We got to see some of her time in Iraq, and we learned, what gave her her PTSD, and it was kind of sad, Kid being held captive, her trying to save him, building blowing up, stuff like that. And we're back to our present day here, it looks like, with big corporation trying to shoot down a UFO. And I think they were actually successful at it, and there's the woman who owns her junkyard that Motor Girl works at, and you call that nothing? So it looks like we're back to sort of the everyday life. This issue of Motor Girl with the strange plot with aliens, and we're backing off on like I said, last issue was a very dramatic issue with the flashback. So it looks like we're getting some more of the humor this issue. Terry Moore's good at that. He goes between humor and drama really well, so I'm sure I'll enjoy this issue. And my final book of the week, and it's a good one, Jupiter's Legacy issue 2. Jupiter's Legacy 2 issue 5 finally came out. That's an interesting little technique on the faces. some sort of colored directional filter. I think the last issue I looked up was in January of this. Issue 4 was, and this is the final issue. Let's see. It's what he describes it as. The superheroes have taken over the world. Can the supervillains save us? And I actually just read issues 1 through 4 again because I saw this was coming out this week, and I wanted to reread them because they're good. I mean, it's fun. This is a really fun book to read. Hey, I just noticed. What's up with that? There's a little tear in the bottom of mine. I don't like that. We'll have to see what's going on. But anyway, excellent book. I don't even want to flip through it for fear of revealing too much because we're just in a big showdown and character died maybe at the end of last issue and all the superheroes have shown up. All the superheroes who are the villains of the piece have shown up to beat up the villains who might be the heroes of the piece. You know how that goes. But I'm really looking forward to reading this issue, and I think I might do a review of issue 1 of Jupiter's Legacy too, just because it's an interesting book to review. So you look for one of those sometime tomorrow or maybe this weekend. And finally, we'll give you a little look at my background art, which is drawings from I think around 2002 or 2003 for some of the early computer prints I did, where I draw up these little drawings and stitch them all together in Illustrator and color them and make a print. I think this one was a Gorillaopolis print. Then these other ones I dug out are both the pencils and the inks for the drawings. I do them on separate paper usually. That's how I like to do things, because I like to use a really dark pencil to draw with. As you can see there's the pencils and inks of the sort of same thing. The pencils are usually have no weight to the line and kind of just, they're pencils. So, and then with the inks I come in and give the line a little more weight and character. And that's just like I said, these are, like I said, I think I didn't, before I dated everything, once again, but I think these are from around 2002, 2003. So you can see I actually penciled in all the blacks there. I don't always do that. And came up with these stars in the ink version. Little face there. Little face, see, I don't even bother to draw in that water or this, crosshatch technique. Since I'm doing it myself and I knew what I was going to do, there was, no reason to put that in pencil. I knew I could put that all in ink. So that's one way to save time. And as you're drawing stuff and you're not, that's how you save time when the penciler and inker are the same person. Is that you don't have to pencil in all this stuff. But anyway. There's a quick look at some stuff, and you guys all have a good week out there.